So let's talk about troubleshooting and just some general tips that we're gonna help you enjoy your RV that much more when it comes to your wastewater system. First and foremost, what do you do when your tank won't drain? You got a clog. Well, first and foremost, you got to figure out what kind of clog you have. And let me just tell you, sometimes people get confused. Remember how we've talked about how your sensors can misread? A lot of times people will see that their sensors are reading full, and then they go out and their tank is not dumping, so therefore they assume they have a clog, right? It's a full tank and it's not coming out. Well, a lot of times actually all that's happening is they have a totally empty tank. They just have misreading sensors. So it's making you think your tank is full, and the only reason nothing is coming out is because there's nothing in the tank. So just know, don't trust your sensors. If it's a pyramid plug, it's really simple. There's a process for diagnosing that whole situation. If it's a compacted tank, if it's a blocked line, you can easily diagnose this. I won't go into detail on this, but just know this. You can diagnose it, you can solve it yourself. It's not really that complicated, but the best bet is just keep your black tank valve closed so you don't get a pyramid plug. Make sure you use a good waste digester so waste doesn't build up, okay? We'll link it in the description where you can find the tool that will help you diagnose if you do have a clogged tank. The next thing I want to talk about is a toilet that burps. I mentioned earlier how sometimes when you're holding your foot pedal down, how you'll get kind of this like blub. It's like a gas bubble almost, it burps. Two things are happening there. What's happening that's causing that? In our little tank here, you have this line here. This is a vent pipe. So your toilet's attached here. Your vent pipe comes out of the tank and it runs up to the roof. Inside the RV, you actually have the vent pipe just drop down a tiny bit. When your tank fills up too much, it starts to close off that vent pipe, and you no longer have the free exchange of air inside there. So when you flush, it creates a burp. Most cases, that means just dump your black tank. Once you dump the black tank, you have no issues. In some cases, if you keep getting that burping sound or that burping feel, it means the vent pipe is permanently blocked. Maybe a bird has a nest inside there, maybe dryer lint or something has somehow worked its way down inside there, maybe even have some waste that was inside the tank that got shoved up inside there. But if you have an empty tank and you're getting a burping, that means the line coming from the tank itself to the roof has a blockage and you need to clean that out. Sensors. We talked about how sensors can misread, and we walked through the process of what causes that and how to solve that. All kinds of resources on our website on how to deal with that. Just know if you have misreading gray tank sensors or black tank sensors, they totally can be diagnosed and they totally can be fixed. I talk to people all the time. I was one of them as a full-timer. You know your routine. You don't even need to rely on sensors to know that I will dump my black tank every 3 days. I will dump my gray tank every 2 days. Whatever it is, you start to know your rhythm. But I will say this, at some point you're probably going to want to sell your RV. And when you do, you probably want to make sure those sensors are working, because the next guy is not going to want to buy your RV with misreading sensors. So just know they are fixable, and we're ready to help when you're ready to get the job done. I did want to talk about toilet brushes for a second here. It's important to know, if you remember, I showed you that little black gasket down in the toilet bowl. If you're using a home toilet brush like this one, these hard bristles are going to start tearing apart that gasket. And once that seal starts to go, it's no longer solid, the water will no longer stay inside your bowl. And if the water doesn't stay inside the bowl, you no longer have a vapor barrier like we talked about. And now all of these stinky smells that are coming from your black tank and being stopped by that water barrier, that vapor barrier, that can't happen anymore. Now you have sewer gases from your tank that can flow into your RV. So it's highly, highly important that you don't use something like this to clean your bowl. What you really want is you want to use a silicone tipped brush like this. This will clean the bowl without damaging that gasket. And if you don't damage that gasket, now you can hold water inside the bowl, which prevents the sewer gas from coming back up into the RV. And it's not just sewer gas. Quite frankly, there's nothing grosser than taking a poop in a dry bowl. You want water to come inside your bowl because you don't want to have the mess that gets left behind if you poop in a dry bowl. So if you have a ball valve where that seal has gone, replace it. It's not just for looks, it's not just for experience, it is to keep sewer gas out, and it's also to make sure your bowl stays nice and clean. The other thing that's nice to know about this brush, not only does it clean with safe silicone, but it also mounts to the wall. It's got a little sticky to it on the back here, and it goes against your wall. I like to do it when we open the cabinet in our bathroom. I attach it so that way I can close the cabinet door and it stays inside there. Here's why this is important. Nothing is grosser than a dirty toilet brush that's rolling around your RV. If you have it mounted against the wall, now as you drive, it's not going to go anywhere. I can't tell you how important it is to use a good toilet brush. So now you know to use the right brush in the toilet bowl, but let's talk about the actual cleaner in the toilet bowl. So you know how you're using bacteria to keep everything liquid inside the black tank? Well, if you're using bacteria to do that, the last thing you want to do is kill bacteria. But then you clean your bowl with Lysol or Clorox or bleach. Now you're killing all of that good bacteria that you just paid to put inside your black tank. You're literally fighting against yourself. So it's important that you use an RV-specific toilet bowl cleaner. And I can tell you, we were the first company in the world to create and sell an RV-specific toilet bowl cleaner. It's called Scrub It, and to this day, it's still the #1 bestseller in the world for toilets. You have a liquid version, you have a stick pack version. They both clean very well. You can use it on ceramic, porcelain, plastic toilets, it doesn't matter. But the best part is it's gonna clean your bowl with the same type of bacteria that you're treating your black tank with. And it's also going to help protect that seal because it won't degrade that seal because of the caustic chemicals you'd find in Lysol. Let's take a break from the video for a second here to talk about this little guy. This booklet is gonna be your best friend. Inside this book, we cover everything. We talk about black tanks, gray tanks, how to use your valves, how to use water, how often to dump your tanks, how to prevent clogs, how to diagnose clogs. Literally, if you have anything wastewater or freshwater related to your RV, it's in this book. So, how do you get one of these? Pretty easy. If you place an order from our website, it will have one. Many RV dealerships around the country have these for free. You can pick one up. Or right down there in the description, we have a link where you can download a PDF version of it. I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing is a lifesaver. Keep it in the RV. It's got all kinds of QR codes you can scan that take you to videos that cover all of these things. Seriously, this is literally all you need right here. So sure, this video is fantastic. You're gonna learn a lot here. You might forget some of it. This is a nice thing just to keep in the RV as you're driving around because you don't always have internet everywhere you go. So grab one of these things and trust me, it's gonna help you out. Back to the video. One of the things we get asked about a lot is how do you control odors from your toilet when you're traveling in the RV? If you're in a Class A or a Class C or a Class B like this one, something that you're driving, your toilet is right behind you while you're driving. If you're in a fifth wheel or travel trailer, when you get to the campsite, you walk in and whew, smells awful inside there. So how do you solve this? Well, this isn't rocket science. You solve this by having a clean tank. Couple things to know about travel. We talked about how when your RV is parked, you need to make sure you always keep a little water inside the bowl to keep a water barrier. You don't want any water inside the bowl when you're driving because that water will splosh and splash around. So make sure you empty your bowl before you take off. But here's the thing, why does a tank stink? Well, a tank stinks because it has poop in it. Well, if you're driving and you're getting smells, what's going on there is you're still having poop inside your tank. And because of the way that your tank is vented, it can make it even worse because the air that's blowing across the vent can actually be pushing down into the tank and blowing that poop smell up into the RV. So if you're driving and you're gonna call us and say, hey, how do I get rid of this smell? It's a very simple answer. Don't have poop in your tank. Just do the processes we've talked about here. So before you travel any place, make sure you've thoroughly dumped your black tank. Make sure you've thoroughly rinsed your tank by filling it to the top and emptying this. Maybe do it 2 or 3 times to make sure that tank is fully rinsed. You wanna make sure all of that poop is out of the tank before you drive. If you do that, you will have no smells. I can tell you, I was a full-timer for several years myself. I didn't have a smell one time in my RV when I was driving because I just kept my tanks clean. So it's a really simple thing. If you're smelling smells in your toilet while you're driving, it means you've got poop. You're not following the right practices. So go back and watch our video again, follow our practices, and you won't have that problem. Another thing I wanted to talk about is should you or should you not store your RV with waste in the tanks? The short answer is you should never store an RV with waste in the tanks. Gray, that's not a big thing. Let's talk about black here. If you have poop and paper inside your black tank, if your valve is fully closed, we've talked about leaky valves. Let's assume you don't have a leaky valve. So your valve is totally closed and your poop and paper and pee and water are all inside that tank. If you put it out into storage, even though that liquid is not going to dribble out because your seal is tight, your valve is closed, you still have your vent pipe. And as that tank heats up through evaporation, the liquid is going to start leaking out of the roof, out the vent pipe. And what's going to end up happening is all the liquids leave the tank, all the solids stay behind and turn into a brick of poop and paper. And let me tell you, that is the worst of the worst when it comes to clogs. That's called a compacted tank. Compacted tanks are solid bricks of poop and paper, and they are not fun to clean out. You should always, always, always dump, clean, and rinse your tanks before you put them into storage. Now, if you have a very clean black tank, one that you've already dumped and rinsed, and you know there's nothing inside there, you can absolutely put the valve closed and put water, fresh, clean water inside that black tank. And if you store it with water in it, and we have a product called Store It, now you can be deep cleaning your black tank in between trips while it is being stored. And that Store It just uses bacteria, again, like we've talked before, to just eat all of the waste that's inside that tank. So in that scenario, you can store a tank with liquid in it as long as that liquid is fresh, clean water. If it's poop and paper, you don't want to do it. And keep this in mind, if you're in a climate where freezing could ever happen, you never want to keep anything in your tanks. Keep them dry, because the last thing you want is to have a tank freeze and then you have all kinds of pipes bursting and repairs, and that's no fun. Let's talk for a second about tank valve handles. In most cases, they are gray for the gray tank and black for the black tank, but that's not always the case. So I would highly recommend that you take the time to label your valves so you know very certainly which one is a gray tank and which one is a black tank, so you don't get the two mixed up. The last thing you want to do is leave a gray tank valve open only to find out later it was the black tank you left open. Or you don't want to reverse the order and dump your gray tank valve first and then dump your black tank valve after. So just make sure that you keep them labeled. Also, just so you know, these valve handles are pretty easy to break. And if one breaks, you probably want to go ahead and just replace the whole valve. Being able to make sure you fully open and close those valves is very important, as I just mentioned, to make sure that waste gets fully cured inside the tank and that you have no leaks in that tank. Next, let's talk about any kind of leaks you get inside of your hose or leaks inside of your valves, okay? This happens frequently. I mentioned earlier how when you have your black tank valve closed or your gray tank valve closed, you should not get any kind of trickle of water out. That's important because if you have a trickling of water, you think your black tank valve is closed, but that water is trickling out slowly over time, and now you have no liquid inside here. You think you do, but you don't, and your waste is piling up at the bottom and you're gonna get a pyramid plug. The short way of thinking of this is if your valve has a sticky valve, it's not closing all the way, and water is able to leak out of the black tank, you are going to get a pyramid plug. Don't wait, take the time to fix it. Either take it into the shop, you can do it yourself. Usually what's happened is there's either some kind of paper or waste that's kind of gotten stuck inside the channel, which is causing it to not close all the way. Or sometimes it's as simple as the valve just needs to be lubricated so it slides open and closes all the way. Just make sure your valves close all the way. If you have a hose that is leaky, fix it. The last thing you want is to be the person who has their hose running out there and they're spilling sewage onto the ground. It's disgusting, it's unsanitary, it's dangerous. Don't be that person. If you have a discharge hose that's leaking, fix it or replace it. Now, I did want to mention a good way to store your hose, and you may know this, is on many RVs, especially travel trailers, there's a tube bumper in the back. You can actually pull the cap off the tube and you can store your hose inside the tube. The nice thing about this is it keeps your dirty sewer hose from mixing with any of your stuff in your storage bins or your RV's basement, so that you're not getting your dirty sewer hose mixed up with all of your other personal items or cleaning items, so on and so forth. So feel free to use that tube bumper as well. Well, I hope that video helped you, and as you probably know, this shorter video is part of a longer series where we talk about all the wastewater aspects in your RV. So head on over and watch the rest of that video if you're interested in learning more about your gray tanks, your freshwater tanks. But until then, thanks for watching. I'm Ricky from Unique Camping and Marine. Happy camping.